Hey guys, how's it going? Spinosaurus the King here, and in this video, I'm going to be joined by a special guest. Go ahead, brother. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Carter Backus, and I'm one of Jack Spinosaurus the King's friend.
Yep. Actually, we've been great friends ever since I think it was July or August of 2021 when we first met, so we know each other for quite a while. He's always been a very loyal and amazing friend to me, so definitely go follow him on Instagram. And Carter, I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, but if you do, everyone go subscribe to him. I'll put the link below. Do you have a YouTube channel or just Instagram?
I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't started videos yet. But I'm kind of nervous to start videos.
Okay, that's good. So I'll just put your Instagram for now, until you do videos in the future if you want or something.
Huh?
Okay. So anyways, guys, in this video, we're going to be doing a breakdown and review and talk about all the Easter eggs and also the retcons and everything else from what we see in the Jurassic Rebirth trailer, which finally released, which is great because, again, we waited for a very long time to see this trailer, so I am glad that it finally released. The trailer was 2 minutes and 25 seconds. It released yesterday, but yesterday I didn't have time to record the video because I spent the whole day talking with all my friends and fans about some predictions we have, and again, I wasn't in the right state of mind yesterday because I was just so excited after watching the trailer. So after one day of calming down, I'm finally ready to do my breakdown and review. And I got another video coming out after this. I'm not going to say what the video is because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I got a big surprise coming your way. Carter knows about it, but he's not going to tell you guys about it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, anyways, yeah, so we're going to be doing a breakdown. So basically the trailer starts off showing it shows a museum where the new cast meets and talk about the mission. So basically they need to get DNA from the three biggest dinosaurs that ever walked the earth to cure heart disease, which at least that explains the plot. We see them going to this area where they meet the other cast, and then they talk about that this island they're going to is where a lot of the dinosaurs that are remaining still live, and it's an isolated island that's restricted by the government. But again, the guy says they had nothing to worry about as no one's done enough to go to this place. Therefore, the government thinks that no one would ever go there. That's why they're not really guarding the island anymore, I guess. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Carter, before I move on to the next part, would you like to add anything to that part or anything else from the first beginning of the trailer, brother?
Yeah, they said they're going back to the place that was the original research lab for the original Jurassic Park.
Yep, that is true. And this is where the retcon comes in. So let's say, again, we don't know this island is going to be Isla Murta Site C or Isla Sorna Site B, but if it turns out this is not Isla Sorna and this is Isla Murta, this retcons that Isla Sorna was the original place where they made dinosaurs for Jurassic Park. Because as we know, it was confirmed in the past that Isla Sorna was the original place where they made dinosaurs for Jurassic Park. So if this new island is not Isla Sorna, that's a massive retcon, which is kind of disappointing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, but what are your thoughts on that, bro? Is it disappointing to you too? That's the case, or what?
Yeah, it would be disappointing if that's the case.
For sure. Another thing we can mention too is that in the museum where they all talk, it shows the same kind of Rex skeleton and the same "When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth" sign that we saw in the very first Jurassic Park movie, where Rexy had a battle with the raptors. So that was a great Easter egg and callback to the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I heard this rumor. I'm not sure it's true, but apparently this movie retcons The Lost World and also Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Dominion. So if that's the case, that's extremely disappointing because the thing is, David Koepp said that if he comes back, there's a set of rules, and one of those biggest rules that he had is that he doesn't want to have any retcons in this movie, and everything from the past 6 live action movies have to be canon to this one, including Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if they really are doing all these retcons, it's disappointing. But hopefully in the movie they can explain why they're saying this island is the place where they made is the original research facility they made dinosaurs for the original Jurassic Park.
Uh-huh.
For sure. And then of course we see long grass again in this movie, which is a great callback to the Lost World Jurassic Park. But in the long grass is a set of velociraptors. We see our first look of a new dinosaur called Titanosaurus, which is the biggest sauropod in the franchise, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually confirmed to be the biggest land dinosaur in the franchise, which is really cool. And I think that the design looks really cool. It kind of gives me a Margosaurus vibes with those spikes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Carter, have you ever heard of the Margosaurus before, bro?
Oh yeah, it's a small sauropod.
Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like that, the Titanosaurus, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
For sure. And then another Easter egg that I did notice is that when they were talking to Scarlett Johansson in that kind of like beach area, we see a megalodon mouth. Yeah, Megalodon mouth confirmed
Or
that the
Jaws.
Megalodon. Yeah, Megalodon jaws confirmed that the Megalodon did. We don't know if it's still if there's one currently alive in the Jurassic universe, but it did once exist within the Jurassic universe. 100%. And then again, I think Scarlett Johansson is a great pick for a new female lead in Jurassic World Rebirth. So it's great to have her fight in a Jurassic movie. Something else. Again, we get a nice shot of Thailand of them on the boat going there, which it really kind of looks. It really gives me that kind of Skull Island kind of vibes. True. Another part from the trailer. Let's see here. I'm looking at it right now. We see the Quathus flying through the island, which is really cool. And then again, it appears that they finally changed the Universal logo, because the Universal logo in this trailer looks a lot different from before. So I guess after 10 years, they finally, well, actually 11 years, they finally changed the Universal logo to this new one. But what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they changed the Universal logo.
Sure. It looks cool though. I'm not gonna. I like it. It kind of gives like a cool vibe to it. Now, we don't know if this movie's going to be rated R or not, but if it turns out it is rated R, I wouldn't be surprised, because, again, this mutant dinosaur that's like a failed experiment, it looks like it's coming out of a freaking horror movie, man.
It is.
Which, again, I have a separate video talking about that more in another video. But yeah, for now, the mutant, it looks really scary, which we'll get to that part in a second. But then the next part from the trailer is we see them kind of have this kind of like hologram on their boat, showing I guess different areas of the island, called Barbados.
Barbados?
Yeah.
What's Barbados?
And I think Barbados is somewhere in the Caribbean or something like that. I don't know, to be honest, but it's definitely interesting.
So that's the island they're at?
I think somewhere near there, yeah. And then another Easter egg I noticed too is it has the fence from the original Jurassic Park that says danger 10,000 volts, which was also shown in the original Jurassic Park. So I think that was such a great Easter egg. Which I guess kind of hints that this was going to be the original Jurassic Park, or where they at least made the original dinosaurs, which they did say, which we'll talk about in a bit. And then oh yeah, speaking of that, so basically, this island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park, where they made the original dinosaurs. But what ended up happening from this trailer is that these dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park in Newport, which is why they stayed behind on this island.
Yeah,
and perhaps that's one of the things that was hidden from the world. That was hidden from the world for decades, and maybe the Muto was hidden from the world for decades as well, as it looks like it's preserved in that giant red glass kind of cage. Which, again, guys, another Easter egg I never noticed, but Carter noticed before me. So when you go to the part where let's get through the trailer here so I can explain it properly. When you go to the part that shows the mutant in the red gold, where the hell is it? 1 second, guys.
The red thing. I don't know what's it called. It's like in the foggy thing or something, like the room.
It's like it looks like it's kind of like a kaiju. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, so when you look at that, you see someone in there with a mask on, and maybe the reason why this thing, again, let's just say this actually is Isla Sorna, or even Isla Mutant. Maybe the reason why this mutant never killed the whole island is because it's been locked away in this giant cage, preserved for years, and maybe it wasn't actually fully alive, but now it's finally alive, and it gets out of this kind of preservation. And if you look at the bottom left, you can see the words EN, and we know what that means. Carter, since you discovered this is not me, why don't you go ahead and tell the true JB3 Spinosaurus fans of my channel what that means and what it is?
The one where it says InGen?
Yep, because again, the EN, that means InGen. It literally says InGen on that logo, on the Muto's cage.
Yeah.
So therefore, that confirms why the new dinosaurs in this, well, not just the new dinosaurs, but the returning dinosaurs with different designs look different, because this is the InGen version of the Spinosaurus, the InGen version of the Mosasaurus, the InGen version of the of the Quetzalcoatlus, which is why they look so much different than the Bios and Spinosaurus, the Bios and Quetzalcoatlus, and the Masrani Global Mosasaurus. And this also could explain why they're smaller too, because a lot of the InGen dinosaurs are more accurate.
Yeah.
And so therefore, I think if this island's not Sorna, I think this is an island that was like you know what this could be? I think this is like a site. Maybe Site C was like the InGen island where they kept most of the InGen dinosaurs. Because again, think about it. We get an InGen Rex here. There's an InGen Dilophosaurus, an InGen Velociraptor, and now probably an InGen Spinosaurus. There's an InGen Quetzalcoatlus, an InGen Mosasaurus, and probably that's an InGen what's it called? Not Argentinosaurus, Titanosaurus. So therefore, this movie is talking more about the lore InGen that was left in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, Hammond's been hiding a lot of secrets throughout the years.
Yes, he has.
For sure. But great discovery, because again, I watched other YouTubers and I didn't see anyone else discovering that it's the EN there. But dude, that is InGen right there. Like that's awesome, man. Great discovery, Carter.
Thanks, man. You too.
No problem, bro. Thank you, brother. Now, here's another little Easter egg that I found too. So when you look at the coloration of the Spinosaurus in the Rebirth trailer, it looks similar to. It has a similar color to the Spinosaurus from the 1994 calendar called the Dinosaurs of Jurassic Park. So that's a little Easter egg there too, maybe hinting that there actually was Spinosaurus before the JP3 Spinosaurus, which kind of does suck because it was confirmed before that the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 was the first Spinosaurus ever made. But based off this trailer, it's either retconning it or maybe it was hidden from the world or something like that. I don't know, man. It's very confusing. There's too many retcons in this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But what else could we mention here? Actually, I've talked a lot, bro. Would you like to, before I move on to my next part, why don't you add some things too that you noticed in the trailer from Easter eggs or hints or anything like that?
Yeah, so they go into swamps, and there's this one area and there's a skeleton in the swamp where Duncan's leading the D-Rex into, and we found a skeleton.
Yeah, and that was definitely a great callback to Jurassic World where Claire had the flare and she was leading the T-Rex to the Indominus-Rex. So therefore, he probably is leading the D-Rex here to some type of dinosaur. We don't know. We heard rumors it could be a Spinosaurus or something else. We don't exactly know. But I do have a video coming soon about that, which I don't want to spoil in this video because I have a whole ass video talking about that in another video. But like, if you look closely on the left, it appears to be like, he's in a swamp, obviously, but in the swamp there appears to be a skeleton on the left. And that skeleton, like, here's the thing. Let's just say this actually is Isosaurna. What if that's the skeleton of the T-Rex from Jurassic Park 3, and and many years later, it became a swamp there? That would be a great Easter egg if that was the case.
Yeah, it would. And also, and hopefully we'll see the plane in it or something, the plane from Jurassic Park 3.
Yep, for sure. Now, I know people are also mad because they're saying after Jurassic Fallen Kingdom, there's supposed to be no more hybrids. First of all, this Muto thing has been around for like apparently even before the first movie. Number one, and number two, the mutant is not a hybrid. It's not a human dinosaur hybrid. It's not a genetically modified hybrid. It's not an amalgamation or a pure clone. It's basically a T-Rex gone wrong or a failed experiment. That's why it's called a mutant. So it's something we haven't seen before in the franchise, which I think is amazing. I have no complaints. I think it's awesome. We're getting this. Right, bro.
Yep. Yes, it is.
And based off the size of it too, from the size of its hand, and keep in mind, its hand was a lot further away from the camera than the humans, and its hand still towered over the humans. It appears to be about 25 to 30 feet tall, 7.2 to 9 meters tall, which is absolutely massive.
Hell yeah.
Yep. For sure. And then, of course, again, there's 3 Spinosauruses that were teaming up with the Mosasaurus to defend territory, and also to stalk together, and also to hunt together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people were getting mad about that, but personally, I don't think it's a problem because, again, think about this. The Mosasaurus is aquatic. The Spinosaurus is aquatic. They're both InGen clones. And not just that, too. It's also, how do I put this? A Spinosaurus and Mosasaurus are crocodilian type of creatures, so therefore, they probably have some form of communication based off that.
Yep.
For sure. And then something else here in the trailer. Again, we see the Spinosaurus here obviously looks smaller than JP3, which makes sense because it's Acrospinosaurus. But again, the problem with this Acrospinosaurus design is that it has the head, like the skull of the Fallen Kingdom Baryonyx, and then the body of like the Acrid Spinosaurus, and it has like a really thick neck, so its design's a little bit messed up. But at the same time, I guess like, it makes sense because these dinosaurs were all messed up in the first place by InGen.
Yep.
Which makes sense. And again, and now it all makes sense too to why they look so different because these are InGen clones.
Yes, they are.
it definitely was cool to see a Spinosaurus. Like again, I know it's not the one from Jurassic Park 3, but again, it still is, I guess, cool to see a Spinosaurus in a live action film once again, and also to confirm the multi Spinosaurus theory. Now we officially have more than one Spinosaurus in the franchise. It's been 24 years since we've seen a Spinosaurus in a live action Jurassic Park movie, and again, this is the second time we're seeing a Spinosaurus attack a boat, so that is cool, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Then some other parts that we can break down from the trailer. Again, we see the Mosasaurus. It definitely looks and sounds different. It looks smaller than the Jurassic World one, but it still is cool. And then again, we hear Scarlett Johansson's character screaming for Duncan. So maybe Duncan's like either sacrificing himself or leading the D-Rex to like somewhere that's very dangerous, and she's worried about him because they're best friends in the movie. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we see the scene where they're in the Quetzalcoatlus' nest getting extracting DNA from the egg. So that was awesome too.
Yes, it was.
Yep. We also get a scene like Scarlett Johansson doing a zip lining off that mountain, and man, that's so dangerous. What if the line breaks? This is crazy, man.
Yeah, that's gotta be scary.
For sure. Again, I still am very disappointed it's not the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, but at the same time, it makes sense to why it looks different, because this is not the Biosyn Spinosaurus, it's the InGen Spinosaurus. And at least now, if they do the rematch, I don't care if the Spinosaurus lose, because it's not the same one from Jurassic Park 3 or one that's similar to the one from Jurassic Park 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, based on the leaks, I heard rumors of like a Spinosaurus versus D-Rex and Spinosaurus also versus T-Rex rematch, which I obviously I wouldn't be surprised that all that happened since all three are confirmed for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now the release that I noticed, this is the another thing I noticed from this trailer is that this is the first Jurassic Park trailer that only says the words of the release date, but not the actual date. It just says the month. Like it says releasing in July, but not the actual date in July, which I find kind of strange.
Because most of the movies were released in June or something.
Yeah, that's possible, bro, for sure. And then again, when they're in the original research facility for the original Jurassic Park, there's a part I can't fully read it, but it says laboratories. So I guess that's where like that's just showing like the sign of where they had the incubators or where the dinosaurs were made.
Mm-hmm.
And something else I noticed too is that when they're in the Quetzalcoatlus nest, there's like a certain thing that looks similar to the Indiana Jones movie, like a temple thing. I forget, I don't know what it's called, but that was a cool Easter egg, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know since when did we get temples in the island?
Yeah,
Park?
exactly. That was awesome, to be honest. I guess they're doing that because Steven Spielberg directed Indiana Jones, so they wanted to have something similar.
Yep.
True. That makes sense. And then it's also been stated that these dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park, which I guess could make sense because the mutants and all these other dinosaurs besides the Spinosaurus were too dangerous for the original park.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. But yeah, in terms of the retcons, again, this would be a massive retcon if this was not Sorna, because again, Sorna was supposed to be the original island they made dinosaurs, and the first dinosaurs that were ever made for Jurassic Park were supposed to be the ones we saw in Jurassic Park, not these ones. So I guess that would be another retcon, or unless they explain why they said that in the movie, maybe it's some kind of lie by a character or something. I don't know. You know what I mean, Carter?
Uh-huh.
For sure. And then we talked. I think we already talked about the mutants in the swamp with the skeleton there, right? We talked about the engine sign on the thing the mutant was in, and then we get our first look at the family that gets stranded, that gets attacked by the ship on the boat. We see them looking at the mutants.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, we see a Dilophosaurus, which is cool too, because again, the Dilophosaurus was not mentioned in the leak, so it definitely was a surprise there was a Dilophosaurus here.
Oh yeah, and we get a T-Rex raft scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and again, we get our first tease of the T-Rex attack river raft, which again, like that was in the Jurassic Park novel, and it is really cool. They're actually going to show the T-Rex river raft attack scene in an actual Jurassic Park movie. Like that's awesome. I cannot wait to see that.
Mm-hmm.
What else did we miss here? And again, the new T-Rex. It appears that this new T-Rex looks even bulkier than Rexy, because again, looking at it, it looks like it's in its prime, and it looks to be very bulky. And it's definitely at least exercise is strong. It's not weaker, and again, it has like the stripes of like Buck, so it's like a combination of Buck and Rexy together.
Mm-hmm.
True. And what's that noise?
something fell. I got it. It's just my water.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, and then again, the long grass was a great callback to The Lost World. We covered the research creation lab. We've seen this movie that's either the same one from Sonar or it's one on Site C, maybe. Trying to think here. We didn't get any looks at really Malta in this trailer, so maybe they're saving that for trailer 2 over the actual movie or something.
Yep.
Can you think of anything else we missed here, bro? Because I believe we covered most things.
Yeah, I think we got everything.
For sure. Definitely the Megalodon mouth was really cool, to be honest. Did not expect that. What else? Second, I'm just gonna rewatch the trailer at the volume off and see if we missed anything. But I'm pretty sure we got most things. It was either them loading up with their guns, original research creation lab at Jurassic Park. Oh, sorry, we did miss one thing. Yeah, so you know the raptor that was in that incubator? It has 2 heads, so that was
the 2-head raptor.
Yeah, like maybe that was also a failed mutant, but it didn't survive. Well, like here's the thing. Maybe I have a theory about that. What if that was supposed to be like a mutated raptor, but it didn't end up going through, so it just stayed in there and ended up dying. Well, the actual mutant T-Rex was like was something that actually ended up being created. Well, the raptor mutant was failed or something. I don't know.
And no, I wonder why it didn't die.
Maybe because they were a bit more successful with this mutant than the raptor mutant. I don't know. But it's definitely as cool to see that there's like more than one mutant. We have the raptor mutant, and then we have the T-Rex mutant. But obviously, the raptor mutant, it looks more like a raptor with 2 heads. Well, the T-Rex looks like nothing we've ever seen before. Now, its design is based off Xenomorph. How do you say it again, bro?
Xenomorph, Xenomorph, or Xenomorph, and Rancor from Star Wars, and a T-Rex.
For sure. Now, the X-Morph thing was from an Alien movie, right? I forget. Alien Predator.
Yeah, one of the Alien movie franchises.
Yeah, it was from one of those. Which again, it is really cool they're basing it off this. I mean, I'm not surprised they're doing something like it because like Gareth Edwards directed the kaiju movies, so he probably wanted to have some kind of kaiju-looking dinosaur mutant in this movie, which again is really badass. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. It's badass.
The new actors look great in this movie too, especially Scarlett Johansson. She's the only actress I recognize. And then we see the other actors saying, "Please don't tell me the Raptors." And this is the Raptors. The Raptors. Basically, the way that they show the Raptors' claws, it looks like the same camera angle they did in the first movie, where the big one was hunting the kids in the kitchen, which was really, really great callback right there. Don't you think, bro?
Yeah, it's so weird we didn't get to see their faces.
For sure. Yeah, maybe they're saving it for the movie or for the next trailer. Now, from what we heard, that they're supposed to look similar to the ones from Jurassic Park 3, maybe even being the same ones from JP3. Or it would be cool. I remember my ex animator Patrick. He actually made a raptor that was like a hybrid of like the Lost World one and the Jurassic Park 3 male one. I think that would be a cool looking hybrid raptor, to be honest.
Yep, it would.
For sure. Okay. Now it appears the Jeep they're driving at 144 in this. It looks like the Jurassic Park Jeep.
Yes, it does.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It appears. It says new area. It looks like a Jurassic Park Jeep. Now we see Scarlett Johansson in this underground place where she has a duck. So therefore, if she's shooting at a dinosaur there, it clearly isn't going to be a big dinosaur. So perhaps either the Dilophosaurus or Raptors attacking her there, maybe?
Yep.
For sure. A new era is born. We talked about the river raft part. And honestly, yeah, I think we covered everything, bro.
Yes, we did.
So anyways, bro, I've said everything I need to say for this breakdown review, and also a couple of theories we had, and the retcons that were there. Would you like to add anything else, brother, before we end this video?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, anyways, guys, what are all your thoughts on this? Did you guys enjoy the Jurassic Rebirth trailer? Are you also a bit disappointed about these retcons? And do you think these are all InGen dinosaurs, and that's why they look all different? Do you think it's going to be Site B or Site C? Do you think the mutant is as strong, as big as what we see in the trailers? What do you hope to see happen in this movie? What kind of dinosaur battles do you think are going to happen? And tell us what you think, guys, in the comments down below. And until my next video, Take care, everyone. Before I end this video, I want to thank all my fans who are also my friends who continue watching my videos. You guys are the best. I appreciate all the support my fans are giving me. I love all my fans. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you're alerted for my next video on YouTube. Leave a like, post a friendly comment, and share my videos with everyone you know. I also hope you guys can consider joining my Patreon for amazing extra content and to support me. I have some amazing deals for extra content on my Patreon, so be sure to check it out. The link to my Patreon is in the description below. Each Patreon tier has a list of all the benefits you will receive if you join, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for extra content there as well. And until my next video, have a great day and take care, everyone.